Well, Gary, it wasn't the easy outing out there against Lancaster in the FA Cup, but the most important thing, booking your place in the next round of the Emirates FA Cup. I'm sure you're delighted with that.
Yeah, of course. Especially as we obviously had a disappointing time of it last season in terms of the cup competition. So no, really important day for us. Bit of pressure on us today, I thought. On the back of 3 defeats and coming to a tough away tie, a team in form. Against a fellow Northern Premier League team. So all the elements today I thought were a little bit against us, and coming into it with 3 or 4 injuries that would seemingly potentially affect us. But I thought the lads battled really well today. We started really well the first 15-20 minutes, but then we sort of, as has been the case recently, we took a backward step a little bit and let them back into the game. We finished the half with a great goal from Harley, which potentially we maybe didn't deserve. On the back of the last half an hour or so, but we certainly take it. So coming into half time, we obviously needed to address a few things. We always felt we could give a little bit extra, and second half it was a little bit nervy. Obviously, we lost a defender through sending off. We lost Guinness through an injury, so there's 2 of your defenders gone straight away. So as I said, the elements were against us a little bit, but I commend the lads' fighting spirit in there and their togetherness, and that's what got us over the line today.
Yeah, and it probably one of those matches where, as a neutral, look at it and probably think proper cup tie then, because you've had the torrential rain out there, 2 red cards in the space of a few minutes, and really a match that had a bit of everything out there.
Yeah, there was the adverse weather conditions. There was the sending off. There was you're always going to be under pressure. Like I said, you're coming away to a team who's in your league, so they're not going to be any pushovers. And as I said, they've been doing well. They're in form, and it was always going to be tough for us. But as I said, we done really well. I just thought once the sending off happened, and luckily for us, I don't quite know what happened, why their striker got sent off with his second bookable offence, but at the same time their striker got sent off, but we sort of went about that last 25 minutes or whatever it was as though we were a man down, and that was the frustrating part. We seemed to lose control a little bit, but in the end, as I said, we have conceded a goal, which put us under a little bit of pressure, but the lads stood up to it today to a man, and we deserved to go through today on the back of the work that the lads put in, and commiserations to Lancaster, obviously, and we've been there ourselves last season. It's not nice to go out with big competitions like this, but as I said, I wish them all the best going into the current league campaign.
Yeah, just looking as well at a bit more how the match panned out. So a really bright start from Whitby not opening 10 minutes or so, a couple of half chances you maybe say, and then Lancaster getting on top, like you referenced earlier. But it does feel really that the 2 Whitby goals, the time of those was key either side of half time.
Yeah, massive, and goals change games, don't they? And that's exactly what happened. We were put under a little bit of pressure. As I said, we started well, and then they came back into it. They had a few chances. They missed a good header just towards just before we scored our goal. But a great corner, great delivery from Haz, and Harley, who's peeled around the back post, has volleyed it top corner. So a great goal from Harley. And as I said, we could have been a lot better first half, and that's the only thing we needed to address really at half time. That we have got more in us, and didn't quite work out the way we probably wanted it to second half in terms of the control and the technical side of it. But in terms of our physical output today, in terms of our togetherness and that spirit of getting over the line in a knockout competition, I can't commend the lads enough for that.
Yeah, and a bit of a blow though in that second half from reference Alex Nelson getting sent off, just losing Nathan McGinley before that too. So I'm sure you'll be hopeful ahead of that game at Ilkeston next week. It's nothing too serious for Guinness there.
Yeah, the blessing with that is we've got a week, haven't we? We haven't had too many weeks breaks where we've had, as I said, a couple of Tuesday games thrown in here and there over recent times, which hasn't helped with numbers. But no, he's got a week now. He's got a little Achilles niggle. He just said to me he wanted to continue, he's desperate to continue, but it's something that hopefully it's a kick, and we won't actually know that until we see how the next couple of days go with him. It's something he's had trouble with before in the past, and we're just hoping it's not a flare up of that. But like I said, we won't know until the next couple of days pass and see how that settles down.
Positives though in terms of injury front, seeing Jake Charles back in action out there, and certainly a challenging game to throw him into perhaps on his way return.
Yeah, not ideal for Jake, but I just thought it was probably the right time. It gives a little bit of fresh legs up there, tired. He's probably played a lot more football than what we wanted him to over recent times, and he's done great for us. He's been that only striker who's been available with Leighton being out as well. So no, it was a good time to get Ty off and give him a bit of a breather and bring some fresh legs on in Jake. But it'll be nice to be able to call upon Jake now. He's fit and he's raring to go. He's obviously had the disappointment of the hamstring injury on the back of getting to work in late and stuff like that. So he's had that, but he's worked tremendously hard to get back fit now. And it would be good to potentially be able to play them both together at some point. And I think that could be a real threat for us going forward.
Yeah, that next match at Ilkeston next Saturday, one of the more challenging away games you'd say in the league, and with the suspension for Alex Nelson now as well, I'm sure, because you changed the system going to this one, I'm sure that might have a bit of thinking cap to get on for that one. Yeah,
I might have to get my boots back on for that one, but no, we'll just see how people get on. Obviously Nelson's going to be suspended for that. But the main thing for me is that other than Guinness, we haven't really had any other injuries in there. There's a few bumps and bruises as you'd expect with hard-fought victories like that. But on the whole, no, I think everyone else will be all right, and I'm hoping that we'll have a few of the injured lads who missed out today back as well. So all round positive. I'm really happy with the outcome of today. Obviously, it's great for the fans, and the fact that we're in the hat, looking forward to the next round's draw is big for the lads and big for the football club as a whole. And hopefully we can keep progressing. And I'm looking forward now and hoping that we can take the momentum and the positive stuff that we have done today into a tough game at Ilkeston.
Yeah. Well, all eyes on Monday, and thank you, Gary.
Thank you.